Compression, that's the name of the game today. Well, at least for the first bit, we need to compress items for our creative stuff. So you can see behind me, I've got a setup. This is making 3 times compressed nether star blocks. Yep, that's 3 times. So it takes 9 to make 1 block. It takes 9 blocks to make 1 compressed block, 9 compressed to make the double compressed, and 9 double compressed to make 1 triple compressed, which is 9 to the power of 1, 2, 3 per, which is quite a lot. So what we've got going on down here is we've got a crafter from RF Tools turning our essence into shards and our shards into nether stars, and then laser IO behind us moving the things around. Once we get 1 compressed, it moves the compressed up a level into this section of the drawer, and then these start to compress. Got it? What else do we need in a compressed form? All of these. So we need 5 times netherite blocks compressed, 3 times enderium, and there's a load here, basically. I'm going to use a combination of crafters if we've got things we need to craft, and igneous extruders. Igneous extruders are cool, right? So if I put this igneous extruder on top of glowstone, for example, and then on one side I put a heat source, and on the other side, I put a cooling source. And this time I'm going to use witch water. This guy starts to produce endstone. That's pretty cool. So we're going to use these to help us with our compression. Let me get a few things set up, and then I'll talk you through it. Endstone and netherrack, done. Igneous extruder, witch water in the middle of these two, because these both take witch water, lava on either side, and then we are creating the endstone. It pops in here, and then that compresses to 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And so far we've got 3 triples. Same for the netherrack, and they're linked up to the system. So you can see here we've got 3 endstone block 3 times, because I've got a storage controller down here with a storage bus on, but I've set this storage bus to extract only because I do not want the system to put things in these drawers. I only want my setups to do that, but I can read them and use them in the recipes. So we take endstone off the list, we take netherrack off the list, get rid of those 2. Next, blackstone. We need compressed blackstone, and that can be done with an igneous extruder as well, and we just need a piece of blue ice and some lava. Well, maybe we could put one here. Why not? Blackstone, check. Similar setup, igneous extruder, nothing underneath it. These 2, this one's got kind of glowstone underneath it, and this one's got redstone underneath it, but this one doesn't need anything underneath it. It just needs blue ice and magma, lava, and it's creating blackstone, and then same setup. The beauty of this setup is because it's on a server and this is chunk loaded, these run whether I'm online or not. Right, okay, next is obsidian. Now I know we've got our obsidian maker, but we need a lot of obsidian, so I'm going to set up over here similar to these guys for obsidian. We have a drawer here with obsidian in as well. I will export this 110,000 from here, but I'm going to keep this drawer here because when I put obsidian back in the system, it's going to go in this drawer. I don't want it to go into my compression area. Obsidian done. We have 6 tier 5 cobblestone generators feeding cobblestone into 6 crucibles, which are sitting on top of 6 dark matter blocks. We are using mechanical pipes from Mechanism because they can hold a lot and transfer very quick into 3 stone barrels, and then water on the top, and that's creating obsidian at nearly instant pace. It's a bit slow, but you know, it'll do. And then into our compression drawer process. So we've got 5 double compressed already. Right, my thoughts have now turned to netherite and soul sand. So I've got set up down here, I've done uranium just straight away and emerald. So I'm pulling out of the system underneath here. I'm pulling out of the system the emeralds and the uranium that we're actually grabbing from our sieving and just chucking it into the compacting drawers to get to the point where we now have 3 5 times compressed emerald blocks. Simple. So yeah, I'm thinking about soul sand and netherite, and our sieving operation and our factory doesn't produce an awful lot. We have 6,000 scrap for netherite, so that's not many. That's only like 1,500, 2,000, less than 2,000. And soul sand, we have 264,000. We're going to need more than that. So for soul sand, I thought I'd set up some seeds. Let me get my goddess band on. So for soul sand, we have the netherite seed and the fire elemental seed, because we can make soul sand, fire essence, and nether essence and make 16 soul sand. So this is passively going to work, or I can stand here to generate the essences. And I thought, for netherite, why not do the same thing? And we've got it all set up. Look at this beauty. So, goddess band on, we're generating netherite essence. And we can see we now have 1,000 netherite essence, which is not even 1,000 netherite, but means we've got netherite and soul sand stuff sorted. So we can now set up some crafters and compressors so we can craft this stuff. I think we're set up. So we have our compressors set up. So netherite is crafting this, so it's importing from the drawers over there, and we're crafting the netherite blocks. And this is the soul sand, so it's using the nether essence. We're getting far more fire essence than nether essence, so I probably need to make some more nether seeds. But we are crafting this away. And now, via AFK here, we get a little bit of the nether stuff, we get a little bit of the netherite, and we get a little bit of inferium. I have been AFK here all night. We must have millions of netherite ingots by now. Let's go check it out. We have blackstone. Oh, look, we've got 40 quadruple blackstone, 50 nether. We've got lots of this. So we had 3 million ingots. And that turns into 6. That's the insanity that is exponential growth. Quick maths lesson? No, okay, all right, we won't. But so 5 times uranium blocks was 3 million ingots. Netherite. 0. We've got 1 4 times. So we've been there all night and we've got 1 4 times. And we actually need 5 times, and I think we only need 1, but we need 5 times. So we're getting there. How did the obsidian go? We've got 23 of the, was that 4 times? So that's not too bad. Right, what have we got left to do? We want to do enderium, and enderium comes from enderium ingots, which is a smelting recipe of enderium dust, which is ender dust, platinum, and lead. We need to make sure we can make infinite amount of ender dust, infinite amount of platinum, and an infinite amount of lead. So we are getting ender pearls. We've only got 76,000 ender pearls, but we've got 101,000 of those guys. So we can set up a crafting recipe to make them. Platinum, 15,000 platinum, and that's coming from sieving platinum pieces. Is sieving end stone, so we're getting that, and that gives us the ender pearls as well. And lead, which I think we've got an awful lot of. Yes, 3 million lead. So we're generating these resources, so we now just need to create the system. Craft, crush, smelt, craft, package. Okay, let's do it. Well, this is quite a setup. So we are producing enderium. Looking good. So we have a crafter that is making ender pearls out of these guys, and the enderium dust out of this recipe. Okay, output here. This guy is crushing down lead and platinum. These guys are crushing down ender pearls into ender dust. This guy is smelting the results of this craft into ingots and pushing them into here, and this is doing the compacting. We are using a combination of applied energistics. So underneath here, we are exporting the ender pearl fragments. We are exporting the lead and platinum and ender pearls, and then laser IO to move all of the stuff about, basically. And we are just about producing 1 or 4 enderium dust every second. Just about. It's going to take a while to get my 3 times compressed enderium blocks, but again, this will run passively in the background. And we're generating ender pearls and ender pearl fragments from our farms, so we should be good. Right, let's do clay. We need to generate clay, and a lot of clay. And how do we do clay? Dust over clay over water in a barrel. Are there any other funky ways of doing it? Not really. Bees, chemical injection chamber, terracotta dirt with steam. So we can make infinite dirt with these seeds, and then we can put it into a chemical doobry what's it and get the clay, and then make clay and compress it. So I need to craft seeds, the essence into dirt, then the dirt into chemical injection to clay, and then the clay into the box. Clay, done. We can cross that off the list now as well. So we are down to red sand and unobtainium, the clay, as I said. So I'm using a rotary condensator to produce water vapor. I'm using a crafter to craft my dirt essence into dirt, and then we are converting the dirt with water vapor into clay and stacking it. Red sand, now there's another ticket. We need dirt essence and fire essence to make red sand, so I could probably put red sand above here. Now we've got left to compress is unobtainium. Eek! Unobtainium setup is done now as well. That's a fairly simple setup. Got a crafter crafting the nuggets from the essence and the nuggets into ingots, and then it's just through our normal chain. And this is going to be the slow one. I've got a bit of a short-term plan to help with my all-the-modium problem. I'm going to use the agricarnation flower. I'm going to make it a floating version. I'm going to get 4 or 5 of these together. I can make lots probably. 4 or 5 of these together, and I'm going to plop them around here, and then that should speed up all of this growth, assuming we've got enough mana. Well, I think it's doing something. It's still slow, but I do think it is actually speeding up the growth of these things around it. Well, we have compressed everything we need to compress. I was hoping to get into some of the magic stuff, the blood magic, but we're running out of time for this episode. But what I want to try and do is see which of these things we can craft. I'm not going to worry about the runes, but the dimensional seed I think we can do now because we have all of that stuff. Get in, dimensional seed. Can we do the improbability drive? No, there's a fair bit of crafting there. Can we do the creative essence? I think we can do this. And therefore we should be able to make creative essence. Awesome. And can we make the philosopher's fuel? Not quite. We are well on our way to getting all of that creative stuff done. Hope you've enjoyed this one. I've certainly enjoyed making it. We've made some tremendous progress when we've got some of our creative things made. Awesome. You'll have to bear with me over the next couple of weeks because I've gone and got myself an in real life full-time job. Haha, it's going to impact my schedule a bit, but I'm still going to be making videos, so be sure to subscribe. And if you've liked this episode, smash the like button. Well, if you haven't liked it, hit the dislike and tell me why. Right, I'm going to catch you in the next episode.